Hello all, Katie here. Welcome back to my channel. It is October. It is time to look for all things Halloween. And so today we are heading over to one of my favorite Goodwill stores. This one is actually on the Indiana-Michigan border. I love it. It's in Niles, Michigan. And it is one of my favorite Goodwills around here because the prices are still really reasonable and they are constantly putting new stuff out. So let's start strolling these shelves. I like this one because when they put holiday stuff out, anything that's not priced is only 99 cents. So it's a great chance to still find some good deals. So I decided to start digging through the Halloween costumes. I'm always looking for vintage masks. They seem to have a great resale value. Plus, they're just really cool to look at. So as you can see, a lot of this is just kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. Lots of wigs. If you were looking to put together a costume, it is still a great place to come and try to put something together. I had hoped that little plastic jack-o'-lantern was vintage, but alas, it was not. I did see a couple of cute little things. I thought this little cottagey guy was kind of cute. And because the unpriced items are only 99 cents, I wanted to make sure I looked really well through all of this to see if there was anything I could find. And lo and behold, I did find this vintage mask. She was only 99 cents. Kind of creepy to look at. The kids don't care too much for her, but she's from the 70s or so. She's that plastic kind of mask that kids would put on, and all the condensation would build up in your face. So I did grab her. I also found this cool ceramic little haunted house. It does light up. This was priced at $5.99. The comparables I found online, it sold around in the $50 range. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I'll be keeping that, and I'll most likely be selling the mask. So far so good. I felt like we were off to a really great start. They did have a lot of really cute home decor. That's pretty much how I've decorated my house all my life, especially for holidays, is just with thrift store finds. I thought this was actually Party Light, the candle company, little votive. That was only 99 cents, little votive holder. They had a couple of those, which I thought was reasonable because at a lot of our Goodwills anymore, just about everything starts at $3.99 and up. I almost snagged this guy, a little light up kind of wooden pumpkin. He was $5.99. I thought that was a good deal, especially because he worked. But to be honest with you, I just really didn't need it, so I left it behind. I know someone else will be happy to snag it. This little folk art pumpkin I thought was also really cute. He was a couple of bucks. But just some little cute Halloween statement pieces. I was intrigued by this mug. It is a Thanksgiving Charlie Brown mug, which I thought was really cute. That's one of my favorite Charlie Brown movies. They did have, what is that, $3.99 on that. I thought it might have been vintage, but when I turned it over, it was Home Goods. So it actually was sold at Home Goods for about $6.99. I did want to rummage through all the silverware because I always love to look for sterling silver pieces. A lot of people say, how can you tell? Well, the patina is kind of different. Like you can see on that knife, that one is actually silver plate, but you can see how the patina is a little bit different than stainless steel. So I always like digging. If I see anything with that, kind of patina on it, I always look because sterling is always marked. It will be always marked on the handle of the utensil. And so those are always great to look for because they have an amazing resale value. I did not find anything today, but right over to the side, I did snag this little planter. He was $3.99. I thought he was different. My daughter is actually working on some plant starts right now, and she told me to keep an eye out for planters, so I thought that would be perfect for her. I did like that little old sifter. I did love these little kind of copper kitchen decor pieces. But for $3.99 each on all of those, I decided to go ahead and leave them behind. I'm trying not to buy too much for myself right now, with Christmas just around the corner. But as you can see, they at least had a lot to rummage through, and that is always my favorite. I did grab this old milk bottle. This was a half-gallon milk bottle, I believe, and it was $6.99. It has cool little graphics. These seem to do really well online as long as they are in decent shape. So I'm going to grab this. It's a really cool advertising piece, and I think I should be able to do well on it. I thought these little mid-century modern kind of teardrop coasters were very sweet. I always check the basket section really well because non-basket stuff tends to get kind of hidden with all of the other things, so it's always worth just kind of digging and looking really well. You might find some other things that you weren't expecting. This guy was kind of spooky. $5.99. He was kind of like plastic. A plastic kind of like conquistador. Is that the word I'm looking for? But he would be kind of cool like in a bar or kind of like a man cave of some kind. Just different. Cute little Fire King bowl. However, it was pretty faded, so it had to get left behind. Sweet little cup and saucer set, you know, with the little snack plate. I really loved these little forest green goblets. These are probably 1950s or 60s. If they had 4 of them, I would have had to strongly consider them. But since they only had 3, I had to leave those behind. I did like these little egg-shaped mixing bowls. They were newer. And then heading over to the linens, they did have this kind of cool souvenir pillowcase. I always do like these. And I'm always looking for Afghans. I loved the color on this one. It's not the granny squares or, any type of pattern, but I'm kind of regretting leaving it behind because the colors were just really different on that. Another item I had to think long and hard about, this wonderful little tea cart. I was shocked they only had $29 on this. It was very sturdy, it rolled well, and all I kept thinking was, I just don't know where I'm going to put it. Someone's going to be thrilled to find it. But that was a hard one to leave behind. I kept thinking what a cool piece that would be to have. However, this little fella did come home with me. I was so excited, you guys. So right now, like wicker and rattan is having its moment, and people are really going crazy over it. This is actually a small child's rocker. I have never seen anything like this. It is absolutely precious. I set it on top of my cart so you guys could get a good look at it. It needs a cushion, but it is in wonderful shape. And for $6.99, I decided it must come home with me. I was shocked it was still here. The comps online, they're looking to be in the $50 to $60 range. So I'll probably add this to my vintage booth and see what happens. So far we got the milk bottle, the chair. I also grabbed that cute little Halloween mask. I also grabbed the little light up Halloween house. I was just looking for some other things that I might be able to add to my vintage booth. As you can see, they had a lot of cute little pieces. I was thinking about some of those little oil lamps actually for just around the house, but ultimately decided to pass. I'm kind of looking for bigger ones, I think. They did have some neat little advertising soda bottles. These are pretty common, especially around here, but people like using these for decorating. The graphics are great, and the bottles themselves were in nice condition. So it wasn't a huge haul today, but I was really, really excited about what I did find. I think I got some great stuff for decorating, and I also got some great stuff to put into my booth, which is always exciting, because then I feel like if I sell those items, it kind of pays for what I've spent then on all the things that I ended up keeping for myself. So there you have it. That was a quick one today, but I appreciate you taking the time to join me. I always love visiting with you guys and showing you what I've found. Your sweet comments are always so appreciated, and I appreciate every second that you spent here with me on this channel. So I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. I hope that you are finding amazing treasures, and I hope you will check back soon because I do have a few more videos that I'll be uploading in the very near future. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy thrifting.